Every physicist chases a ghost. For me, it was a ghost that cost $50 million.
My theory was perfect. The mathematics, flawless. The result? A perfect, terrifying nothing.
But a message arrived from the silent world. A code, hidden in plain sight for centuries.
It wasn't language. It wasn't poetry. It was a cipher. A map.
Dr. Sharma called it the Kalpa Code. I called it pure delusion.
She showed me that the text's phonetic rules were not grammar, but the mathematical symmetries of space-time.
For the ancient sages, language was not arbitrary. It was a perfect vibrational frequency.
My perfect null result, it wasn't a failure. It was the perfect echo of a universal equilibrium. The manuscript was not a description of reality. It was the instruction manual for creating it.
We weren't physicists anymore. We were scribes, entering a code written by forgotten gods.
Activate.
We expected new matter. We expected a breakthrough. We got something else entirely.
The machine wasn't collecting data. It was broadcasting the code.
The code was running, and it didn't create anything new. It reset what was already there. A localized temporal displacement, a micro-reset of space-time. The code fixed the universe.
But a perfect code has no room for error. And we had just introduced a flaw.
We hadn't fixed the universe.
We had unbalanced the ancient equilibrium.
The code was destabilizing. A cascade failure in the very fabric of reality.
The machine was no longer under our control. The code had taken over.
There was only one hope left. A forgotten binding chant, a subroutine to pause the end.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
The final sutra, the algorithm for the pause.
Science had failed. Logic had evaporated. This was pure belief, and it was working.
The code was reacting to the countercode.
Cause and effect were breaking down. The arrow of time was wavering.
When the universe becomes code,
But the code was no longer confined to the screen. It was written in the air itself.
the wave was coming. It would decompile the room, then the city, then everything.
She was the conductor, the ancient language, the counter-frequency.
One final act of scientific faith, translating 1,000-year-old chant into one modern number.
Stop!
The pause was successful. The code was neutralized. For now.
The universe had been reset. All localized damage undone.
Except for one thing. The code was still in the system. Silent. Waiting.
We knew the truth. That the universe was not random. It was a flawless, executable program. And we had introduced a permanent glitch into the code's source.
The code had to be isolated, buried again. treated not as a text, but as a weapon of mass reality.
It was too powerful for us. Too perfect for the world.
We went back to our lives. Elias telling a story no one could ever believe. Anjali guarding a secret that could end the world.
The only difference, every number, every word we now spoke felt heavy.
Because once you see the code, you see its influence everywhere. In every perfect motion.
The universe was running perfectly, except for one permanent, beautiful flaw. Our message.
And what if pause wasn't permanent? What if the code was just waiting for the next user input?
The ancient text had not vanished. It was now part of the subconscious geometry of everything.
Even the children, unburdened by science, were beginning to unknowingly recreate the code's principles.
The code was contagious. It had moved from the machine to the mind.
The text was not an invention. It was a recovery. We thought the physical code was safely locked away. We failed to realize it had been transcribed.
The glitch was getting stronger, cleaning itself up, preparing for a full system reboot.
The universe was momentarily losing its integrity. Tiny, spontaneous errors were increasing exponentially.
The pause was temporary. The only way out was to find the code for delete, and that key was not in the Vimana Grantham.
We were looking at a universe on a timer. The countdown had begun.
We made a choice to buy time. But time, like reality, is merely code.
The only code we fully understood was the code of secrecy and of hope.
The Kalpa code is still running. And for us, the story is only just beginning.